Orcs Must Die is a hack and slash game mixed with tower defense to create what I must say is a pretty damn enjoyable game. You play as a wizard whose task is to defend the rift with a selection of weapons and traps from your spellbook against wave after wave of orcs and other fantasy foes. While the plot is not important, it does place the setting for this game in a medieval warlocks and wizards fantasy world. First of all, gameplay wise, the controls are pretty slick, with weapons being binded to the left and right mouse buttons, movement with the W, A, S and D keys, and traps being assigned to numbered hotkeys. Unfortunately, you can't rebind them, but the controls are pretty intuitive and it doesn't take long to master. One thing I really like about the game is the ability to place traps during the level. See a hole in your defences? Hope you've got enough extra points floating around, and throw down that spike pit. The absence of a build phase between most of the waves means that you want to add more defences, you've got to think fast. Don't let this put you off though, it really makes it some quick decisions and fast gameplay. So, speaking of traps, you have all sorts of things at your disposal. To bomb barrels, to spike traps, to pits of tar, and even platforms which spring your enemies into the air. The silliness of some of the traps adds to the comedic style of the game. Your character often comes out with some pretty funny one-liners, and while they might get a bit old by the time you reach the end of the game, it still adds a pretty enjoyable layer to the experience. And can I say there are tons of different levels in this game, and even more if you buy the very reasonably priced DLC. The game also uses a Starlight Rewards system to rate how well you did in the level. These skulls can then be used to purchase upgrades for your traps and weapons. This adds a lot of replay value to the game, as you'll also not only want to beat the high score, you want all those extra skulls to upgrade your weapons for the later levels. Overall, Orcs Must Die is a great little indie title and one I definitely recommend to any tower defense fan, or even if you just like the hack and slash genre, it's worth having a look at. The graphics are lovely, the soundtrack has an awesome medieval metal vibe to it, and it's an extremely well put together game. I've been Harry from Geeky Glasses, and I'll see you next time.